Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Football Banter, where you get premium basketballs on a daily, on a stead, right? And today, of course, piggyback off the weekend where we had the EPL, we're going to be talking about some of those results, and we're going to be having a go. And for Arsenal, I think the banter is over. Okay, that's my opinion. I'd like to know what you think, and we're going to be talking more about it in the studio. Do you think Chelsea can go all the way, or do you think Liverpool would, hold on, or would they fall off? Just to get started, congratulations, Weezy. Yeah, with Chelsea. Yeah,
the odds now.
Okay, they are doing everything right at the moment, and they are doing well so far. Okay, so Kochi, what do you think about Pep Guardiola's statement about this season being their season to suffer? And we have the Manchester derby coming up, and also
El Sofrico.
Also Amorim is also saying that they are going to suffer for a long time. So it appears that we are looking forward to an El Sofrico derby. What do you think about Man City?
Guardiola's statement is immaterial as far as football is concerned, as far as the season is concerned. When you come out at the preseason and you lay out your objectives and then your SMART goals for the season, those objectives are being laid out based on all the circumstances, the obstacles that you meet on the way that already as a coach. So coming back now to say that, what did you say again?
Their season to suffer.
That is their season to suffer. It makes me laugh, I've always said this, and I'll keep saying, just like I told Weezy that Chelsea is you shouldn't say Chelsea is going for just the top four and this. You don't say that. When you are in a season, once the season kicks off, everybody is a contender. Everybody is a contender. So City saying that or Guardiola saying that, it's not. I don't feel that. I don't feel that much. I don't feel comfortable with it. But Amorim.
Okay, no, hold on.
Amorim.
No, hold on. Let's double down Amorim. Let's go off Amorim for now. Yeah. You just got the part A of that question. You just addressed it. Now looking at the part B, do you think Man City can still win this league?
It's still possible. It's still an open game. They're just in their 15 or 16 playing days. 15 playing days. So they still have 23 more playing days to make it 38. 23 more playing days to make it 38. Because there are 20 teams in the EPL. So they still have 23 more playing days, and he can still decide to. But I understand where he stands. I understand why he said so. He said so because, like I said, he builds his team around a single player. Another player is off the season. That's why he says this is their season to suffer. It's logical.
And he keeps saying, give me my players back, and we'll do it. Give my players back. What players exactly? Aside Rodri that is injured, what players
are injured? Also, Kovacic is injured. So these are players that can actually help fill in to fill in that Rodri role. Kovacic and John Stones.
But whose faults? Whose faults? Who's the reason why the players are out?
No, he's trying to say injury.
Yes, everybody's suffering from that.
I don't think it's all about injuries.
Okay.
I think when he says giving my players back, who should give the players back? Is it are the players being held because of certain things? The players are injured, so he cannot come out and say that. And
I feel why do I say no? Let me learn. I have players that will come back.
Let me
that seems to be like an excuse, but he's not taking it as an excuse.
Why do I say it's not an excuse? It's because you have about 30 plus players, right?
I think 35
players. I don't know, but I know it should be
not for every team.
It should be 30 and above for professional level standard.
You have 26 first team players, then additional of 4 or 5.
That's why I said
B.
That's why I said 30.
You don't count those team B.
That's why I said 30 plus players. And there's no reason to complain. I want our viewers out there to actually see this with me. You have all the time before the season to get players. You bought players. You had players from the academy that moved up to the first team. It's Guardiola's fault for a miscalculation of strategy that is leading Manchester City where Manchester City is. So he shouldn't come out and complain that they should give his players back. He has the players. He has a replacement for those players who are injured. If at all, he's talking about injured players. But you should understand that football is round. And you shouldn't build that round object around a single person because it's round for everybody.
Coach,
Go
now,
ahead.
Guardiola has... Rodri is out, fine. And everybody knows that the only player that can at least... that Manchester City have to fill in for Rodri is Kovacic.
And also, how about Kevin De Bruyne?
De Bruyne does not play in that kind of position. And also Gundogan. They get exposed. And that's why you see most of their games, why they concede goals, because the defending from the midfield is poor. They lose the ball in the midfield and the recovery is slow. And so they get countered and then they concede. So the only player that they can actually use is Kovacic. And also, it can also say, okay, Kovacic might not be so defensive like Rodri. I might want to pair him up with someone that are also playing in the midfield that's also good. You can see that in John Stones, and then maybe pair them together. And these two players are out.
Yeah, but
so it's not his fault.
No.
The main player is out. No, the other solutions, they are also out.
Ebuka,
he does not have anybody from the academy that they can bring in because definitely they are.
No, let's look at
whose fault? Whose fault?
They are just unfortunate right now to have these players injured.
Ebuka, let me come in. I want you to look at it at giving my players back angle. Don't you think they'll be talking about Palmer?
No, it's not Palmer. Because they have players. They have players. Is it Palmer that wants to play defensive midfield?
But Palmer in Chelsea has been doing everything. We are talking about. See, coordination is not about the defensive midfield. If you look at it, even that. How do I call it? That midfield flair to the attack is not even there.
Is there? Their problem right now is that defensive.
Because I don't think give my player back, a coach will not come.
Look, the problem is not Palmer.
You look at it. No, I'm not saying. I said, don't you think? I didn't say it's Palmer.
No, I don't think that is their main problem. Because
so let's look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. A coach coming out to say, give my players back, and those players, I don't think he's talking about injured players. The one, because give my players back, they are injured, and you know they are injured. So how do you want them to come back?
Yeah, I think
it's just English.
Okay. Or maybe it's the frustration that's whining him.
It's simple English language. Like, okay, give me my players back. It's coming from the no. I'm talking about
who should give you a players back?
Nobody. It's just coming from the angle of
frustration.
Frustration.
Okay.
Because of injury. That if he has his players back
that was me.
From injury, he will get.
So that's frustration.
But you know this can apply to every coach as well. But why is it not every coach?
Yes, he's frustrated.
So why do you say it's not frustration?
No, anybody can be frustrated when you are on a losing streak. Or when you are going down, you'll be frustrated, and no matter what, you must be frustrated, and that's what actually drives you to see how you can actually.
Do you think they can come back from this?
Yes, they can,
and contend for the league.
Yes, they can, but will they? I don't know. They can.
No, I think there's also.
I don't know if they will.
I think there's also something we're missing out here.
Yeah, well.
Right. Even the existing players on the pitch, they're kind of fatigued. Let me use that word, fatigue, because
let me tell you,
and I want to say fatigue based on age, because they're aged. So you could even see that they can't match up counter attacks. They can't.
The only people you talk about age is people like Gundogan, De Bruyne,
Kai Walker, and Ruben Diaz. Okay.
So those, to me, that's not their issue. Look. They look.
Ebuka, you're not getting down to his question. You talked about age.
Yes, those are the only players.
You said age and you refuse, and then you come back to say the only players of age.
Those are the players that are having.
It's just a question. Is there an age factor in it?
The age factor.
So why do you list players of age?
I said the age factor is not the problem, because where they have a problem, those players that are aged are not there.
Remember, it's a football team.
I know, but they're not there.
Okay.
The main problem is that defensive part of the midfield. If you watch Manchester City games, you understand what I'm saying.
So
they lose the ball in the midfield and they get countered.
So what you're simply saying right now is because you're right now you're making excuses for Manchester City.
I'm not making excuses for them. It's just plain
now,
what we all see.
You have several formations you can adopt based on the technical the players available to you. Okay. So if you do not have your DMs present, are you trying to tell me that there is no other formation you can
That
play
is what
to
he's
make up for
playing
that?
right now, but it's still
Still not working.
It's still not working because no matter you like it or not, in a team you need a defensive midfielder. You need there are this kind of players that they call destroyers in the midfield. They might not actually be stagnant in the defensive midfield position, that number 6, but there are these players that challenge their opponents, go for the ball, win the ball back, and that's what Manchester City is lacking right now. So Rodri could do that. Kovacic does that.
Now. So could that also be a recruitment oversight because first of all, John Stones is a defender.
Yes,
just happened to be converted to play that position,
and he can do it.
Yes, and he can do it. No doubt.
Kovacic is a midfielder that plays there and is a destroyer.
Yeah.
So it's not recruitment issue. They were just unfortunate to experience this kind of thing. So that's why when Guardiola said, "Look, it's our season to suffer," it's because they were just unfortunate to experience this situation. And I like the way he encourages boys.
You shouldn't say so because he made it that way. Like I would say, Guardiola is the cause of everything that's happening with his team right now.
Okay,
we don't give excuses on that.
To you,
yeah, because if you have a defensive midfielder, you have about 2 or 3 defensive midfielder. You get me, and they are convertible. Now, one gets injury, the other one gets injury. The problem there is because you sent out everything around a single player, and you know that room was built around that player. So those that are substitute don't have that opportunity. They don't have the opportunity to know the secret what you built around that player. So now you are bringing them in now as novice, and if you have to put anything in them, it will make them. It won't get in. You understand? They'll be choked up.
So
with the idea you want to bring in, and with the circumstances and the time that they are facing now, which is very difficult.
Okay, now Ebuka, with what you are even saying that there is no DM, who is playing that position right now?
Right now is Gundogan, and we all know how poor Gundogan is defending. When Gundogan was in Barcelona, when he tried to replace Busquets, we suffered last season. It was not good.
But do you know that when Gundogan was in Dortmund, that he was playing deep?
It was playing deep as a deep line playmaker. He was not the destroyer. He was not the defensive midfielder. He had what's the name of this guy? That their captain when they were in Dortmund.
Who else?
Reus?
No, not Reus. No, there was this other guy. He retired. I think Kano. So I've forgotten his name. They had other players that did those dirty work. Not Götze. Götze, they were actors. Those are midfielders. And also Reus. Those guys are attacking midfielders. Gundogan is a kind of Pedri. You understand? Gundogan is a kind of Pedri. So you can't take that. You can't place those kind of players as the defenders to help win the ball back immediately, because this is a team that plays a possession kind of football and a very high line. And so if they lose the ball from the midfield, they get
now.
It's not about that midfield. It's a fail of tactic. We should understand it.
Yes, it's failing because it's failing. Yes,
and that's why I say that's why I tell you that Guardiola is so stereotyped. Guardiola needs to be flexible. Let me learn now. Let me learn. He needs to be flexible because situation like this, it cannot go on. How many matches are we talking about? The wine.
It's gone like. I think 7 matches.
An almighty Guardiola. An almighty Guardiola for crying out loud. Okay. You understand what I mean? If you get it. If you
ask me, I would say it's just the law of diminishing return that is affecting.
I think so.
Yes, because
that's why he said it's their season to suffer.
And the law of
they are fortunate. The law of diminishing return happens.
And age is there. Age is there. Let me just
go. Man City has passed the speak.
Let me just go 3 factors that are on this thing that are very, very important around City right now. We have aging players. We have the technical director in the field of play who is not there. That was built around him.
Rodri.
And then, you can call his name. And then you have the tactic.
The coach not being flexible enough.
Yes, those are the 3 main things.
Listen,
the 3 main components.
Listen, no matter the tactics that this guy that Guardiola is going to bring, no matter the tactics that Guardiola is going to bring, it will not work. They will still be exposed unless we have the player with that quality of winning the ball, helping in winning the ball back. If you look at Rodri, when Manchester City are going for an attack, like I said, that's why it's very important. Like everybody sees and everybody knows, when they are going for an attack and they lose the ball, the way he help them win the ball immediately and stuff like that, and the way he controls their full pressure.
I can understand that part.
So now the only player that they have in the midfield that can do that apart from Rodri is Kovacic. Kovacic is injured. The only player that they can have again in the team that they can convert to do it is John Stones. John Stones is injured. Now he's trying to do it with Rico Lewis, and it's not working. The guy is not really physical like the rest,
And last
but
week
he's trying.
he
got a red card. Now we don't even know what's going to happen. so you see, they need those kind
I
of
think
players with quality.
come January,
they are just unfortunate. That is the
Man
truth.
City can go to the market.
If Manchester City, they don't even need to go to the market. If players like Rodri and Stones come back,
Rodri is out for the season.
sorry, not
Rodri
Rodri,
is
not
out
Rodri.
for-
Sorry, Kovacic and Stones come back. I'm telling
But
you,
how good is
they'll still miss Rodri, but they will play.
How
and they will
good is
still win games.
Kovacic compared to Rodri?
That is why I said there will be a combination between Kovacic and maybe
Stones,
Gundogan, or someone. Just you understand, just to cover up.
Kovacic and Rodri. Who went on injury? Who first went?
I think it's Rodri.
Rodri went on injury, right?
Yeah.
And Kovacic was playing back.
Yeah.
Kovacic
So
played
was
like
there-
just
was
two
there
games,
any
and they
result?
just
Just
two
two
games.
Was there any result
And
in
they
the
won. Yes, they
Yeah,
won. the game.
They won the two
Yes,
games.
yes.
Okay,
just injury
but in my
crisis
opinion, I
generally.
personally think it's just that time. Man City should rest.
Football Banter.